Welcome to CTV Sports. My name is Dale Schwetz with Jan, Edick, Frank, and we are live from the CTV studios in Wellington, Florida, the Grand Champions Polo Club. And we are bringing you the 2023 Sieber Memorial this afternoon. We'll be live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm, Jan. It's the 12 goal, back to the 12 goal. Love the 12 goal. We had a good high goal game this morning.
We did indeed.
And now we're back to a very important tournament here, the Grand Champions Polo Club, the Sieber Memorial.
Yes, indeed. A very, very important tournament, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. We're very glad to have it back at Grand Champions. Like I said, we'll come back to that a little bit later. Let's now go and tell you who's out there this afternoon. Senvest Excalibor playing their second game of this tournament. A similar lineup to their first game with Richard Marshall at number 1 playing off 0 goals. Evan White Jr. at number 2 playing off 1 goal. And then Santiago, they call him Santi Javajol, the 5-goaler playing at number 3. And the very strong playing Pedro Falabella at number 4 playing off 6 goals. Their opening match then for the Sieber Memorial 12 goal 2023. Woodmere in the white shirts with Alex Birkland at number 1 playing off 0 goals. Juan Villamil at number 2 playing off 2 goals. And then in the house ahead of his big final tomorrow, also here the 12 goal, Double G Grant Ganzi, number 3, 3 goals to his name. And the very strong playing Alejandro Novillo Estrada Del coming in at number 4 playing of 7 goals. Your 2 umpires this afternoon, Pepe Araja and Gaston Dorignac. And as always, today, pitch side, our 3rd man and IRO, Mr. Steve Lane.
Yep, out at the Santa Rita, beautiful Santa Rita Polo Farm. You can see the players there saying hello to all the umpires and just getting a feel for everybody at the field. Looks like we got a nice little breeze blowing there. As you can see the flags on top of the tents there. So at the beautiful Santa Rita Polo Farm, it's we are on the Buenos Aires field this afternoon for our afternoon game. Thank you for joining us here on CTV Sports, covering all the sports, all the polo from 6 to 26 goals. And as Jan said, prepare yourself tomorrow. And well, we'll start out with some 6-goal polo in the morning, and then we're going to end with 26-goal polo in the afternoon.
Yeah, very much looking forward to, well, the doubleheader that is tomorrow, of course, as you said, Dale. The 6-goal starting things off in the morning. Get into a nice, comfortable pace for our Sunday afternoon featured game of the week. Not just a featured game, but also our first final of the All-Star Challenge Casablanca, where we will see Grant Ganzi take center stage again alongside Tamacho Pieres, Barto Castagnola and Jesse Bray. We'll come and tell you a little bit how they got on to make it through to the finals a little bit later. They're up against another powerhouse by the name of Richard Mille, led by the Brazilian Gilberto Sayão at number 1. Then Gonzalito Pieres and Angola, Pablo McDonough, and of course Alejandro Novillo Estrada. So I think looking at the field, the teams 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I can count 7. There's a player in blue missing. Just to remind you once again who's playing out there. Senvest Excalibor in the blue shirts and Woodmere in the white shirts. Here we go then. The first ball has been thrown into play, and as I said, this is already the 2nd game for Senvest Excalibor. They had their opening match earlier in the week taking on Kwaitonzi, and what a match that was. They narrowly got the victory there by finishing the game 12 goals to 11. So they're coming into this game with 1-0. Woodmere, of course, yet to play. This is their first game. So Senvest Excalibor will be looking for a clean sheet to make it 2-0, Dale.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting day with Alejandro Estrada right here, number 7 goals, playing number 4, playing with Grant. They're going to go against each other tomorrow. So teammates today, and they'll battle it out tomorrow in the finals of the World Polo League All-Star Challenge. And this is, I like this Senvest Excalibor team also. Evan White's done a great job at 1 goal, and Richard, we talked a lot about Richard. He's very schooled up. He knows right where to be all the time. He seems to be in the right place. every moment of the game, and they work a four-man rotation, but Evan White Jr. will stay in the front. He works hard for Santiago and Pedro, and they are very strong players at the number 3 and 4 position, as it'll be turned around and controlled right now by Santiago.
Javajol. Nicely picked up there. And with the number 3 in the blue shirt, 5 goals. Leaves that one behind. And of course, Falabella, well, we know how strong he is. We saw him play some amazing polo in that opening game when, as I said, Senvest Excalibor took on Kwaiton Z. And as we've been saying throughout this season so far, it's still early days, be it 6 goal, 8 goal, and especially also here at this level, 12 goal. You know, once this game gets going, I'm sure you'll agree with me, this is, well, it would seem a lot higher than 12 goal, but it is, when I say only 12 goal, it is an incredible level of 12 goal. Once again, Falabella just trying to pick up that ball. He's up against the number 2 there, Juan Villamil. Now, as so often is the case, of course, in the opening chukker, both teams here, and we had that when we saw them play against Kwaiton Z, just need a couple of minutes here just to get their bearings going and get a feel for the opposition. Well, after a lot of hard work there, eventually Mr. Falabella there with the number 4 in his shirt finds that little slightest of passages and makes the first goal here for Senvest Excalibor.
Yeah, you thought you were working hard today, Jan. That was the first minute of the game. He took the ball down the field, touched it about 35 times, and he ducking and diving, bobbing and weaving, going through everybody. And then he finds a perfect spot to finish it off. Love watching Pedro Falabella play. As you said, he is a workhorse, Jan. He's everywhere. He loves to play the defense. He turns the defense into offense. He's a hustler, and he'll play this game all the way to the last horn as you watch how well he works with Santiago Javajol.
Alejandro Navijo Estrada sending a deep ball down the field looking for Juan Villamil. And he comes out on top. Villamil has a little hook there against him. He would have been through once again. And, well, we can't really say enough about this young man, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, playing an absolutely cracking season so far. That'll go under the neck and exactly where he wanted. So a quick answer here from Woodmere with a nice goal from Alejandro Navijo Estrada.
Yeah, enjoying the gray four-legged athlete here, Alejandro, getting a lot done on this one. He scoots through 2 players and 2 very strong players of Evan White and Santiago Javajol. And you said it, we call him the secret sauce on the Richard Mill team. So I'm sure we're going to see a lot of Alejandro today here in the 12 goal. But he has been having a sensational season.
He has
I
indeed.
agree with you. I think playing over his handicap.
Yeah, he is. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he was 8 last year.
Yeah, he was 8. And that's why I was looking at the paper. I'm like, 8? So he's playing 9 now, but that happens sometimes, you know. They put a player down or whatever, but Alejandro has been, well, you'll see. Tune in tomorrow for the high goal, but he plays in the medium goal also. Yeah. But he has been the secret sauce for the Richard Mill team, playing at the number 4 position, but running through and scoring goals. And right here, he's wearing the number 4, and he's going to go ahead and bust through the pack, control the ball. With 3:31 on the clock, that'll be our courtesy change. Remember, we'll do that once per chukker. About 45 seconds to a minute. Let all players change their four-legged athlete. And in this case, we had a goal scored on the north end as this field here, the Buenos Aires field, runs north and south at the Sentinita Polo Farm. And everybody back quickly. We love seeing that. Big energy. You got Alex Berkland right there and Juan Villamil playing the number 1 and 2, Double G, Grand Gansey. As you were saying, Jan, preparing himself for the final tomorrow and also playing in the medium goal. A lot of the players play in the medium goal and in the high goal. And we love seeing that because it brings an extra energy to all of our leagues. And that's why most of our leagues, as we said, the 6 goals been more like 8 to 10. And look at this, on the breakaway, we're going to get one. It's going to be Juan.
Yeah, Villamil, I thought for a moment there that Javajol was going to run away with that one, but Villamil coming in very, very quickly. A little back flick there to keep that ball in play and intercepted by Falabella. Now, Falabella seems to have all of a sudden really hit a few switches here, and all of a sudden this game is coming very much alive here in the latter half of this. As you were saying, Dale, our first chukker. We're just shy of 3 minutes left to play here. 1 goal apiece, and there he is, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, after having just scored that cracking under the net goal. White right back into the action here, now playing more of the offensive role. Yeah, that ball was a little bit short. He was waiting for that ball to come to him, but we have a whistle that'll stop the clock at 2:37.
You said it, they went in for the courtesy change, and when they returned, it was another level of pace and power. And right here, this is a great play. Alejandro leaves that ball for Villamil, and then he hits it back up to Villamil, hits it back to Alejandro, but it bounces off of the four-legged athlete of Santiago Javajol, and Alejandro needs to lean back there. So he's going to get called on the reaching call.
Yep.
Leaning back behind his boot. If that ball went by Alejandro's boot, he would have been all right. But he's going to get called, so we have a 5A, and it'll be Pedro.
Yeah, that was a very good example of exactly what you just described there, Dale. The drone footage showing exactly where that ball was, how he reached there. You see, and, well, let's see here. That whistle, that was inevitable as the number 3 there. Javajol was about to go off.
Yeah, this is a great read by Grant Gansey, double G. He's going to go ahead and meet this ball as Falabella gets going there, and you see Grant reads it just perfectly, catches Santiago Javajol coming around the right-of-way. So we're going to have a right-of-way violation there. And a great read by number 3, Grant Gansey. And that'll be a long day. It's going to be fun watching Santiago, Pedro kind of battle it out against Alejandro and Grant today. They're playing both in the back of their teams, 3 and 4 position on both sides.
So, as you said, Dale, playing with each other today, against each other tomorrow. Now then, this first shot on goal. He's just teed the ball up there, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, or will he let Grant, or will he even let Juan take this one, or will it be Alex Berkland?
Yeah, Grant usually takes them, so we'll see. It looks like it is going to be double G.
Penalty 3 on the inside of that post. Cracking goal, the first of the afternoon here.
I think just wide there, yeah. I think
wide?
Might just went just wide, maybe. I don't know, looking pretty. I'll have to look at that one.
You're right, Dale.
And just wide. I mean, low, just off a click. So we'll get the knock in, and it'll be Pedro.
So unlucky there for Grant Gansey. But as you said, Dale, there wasn't much in it. So here we go then. On the move, the team in the blue shirts, Senvest, Excalibor. And once again, that man, Pedro Falabella, another one of my favorite 6-goal players. Again, a player who I would not be surprised if we see him going up to 7. I think he's got the potential of at least 8-9 goals. Well, this is not what we came out here for. I'm seeing a lot of whistles now here, especially in the second half of this first chukker. 1:31 left to play. Let's have a look at the footage. Gansey coming in, didn't control it, extended. Now, was that man with the number 2, if that was the whistle?
That ball looked like, to me, like it goes across the field. We'll take a look at it, but it looks to me like it goes across the field. Almost Alejandro's right on it, but we'll see what they decide to call here. It was an open back shot, and Falabella had control. Grant went to turn it, didn't move it. It opened across the field, and they're going to say lesser angle to the blue. So 3 players converging, and we got the low camera there. Both umpires in very good position. Remember, we have our third man, Steve Lane, there. They're going to talk about this one, though, and see if they decide. Might be talking ball placement also. We will see.
Well, either way, it's a penalty in favor of blue, in favor of Senvest Excalibur. And Santi Javajol, he's another one of those big hitters. Will try and put it straight through on this penalty to cracking goal here. So that puts them in the lead by 2-1 with a little over a minute left to play here in the first chukker.
Yes, we have a umpire trigger there, and they checked with the third man on that play. And the third man agreed that it was a foul on the right-of-way violation against the Woodmere team. So you get the open goal penalty too. And Javajol picks up his first goal today.
And the ball is back in play, picked up exactly by that man you just mentioned, Javajol. Very, very athletic player, very strong player. And across that line comes Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Well, the umpires will be lenient if they can, if there's no imminent danger. And again, that's dependent also on that play, on the speed. Navijo Estrada just teeing up the ball nicely. Oh, a little deflection coming off the pony of Javajol, but luckily for him, straight away, Juan Villamil will pick up that ball. In comes Falabella. Has a little bump there with Alejandro. No harm done. Alejandro just looking up field to see who he can play to. Now, of course, at this level, Dale, it's so important to mark your man. You've got to stay with your man because, as I said, at this level of polo, you will very quickly concede a goal. Nice pickup here on the near side by Woodmere, by the number 1, Alex Birkland. In comes the shot and a cracking finish here for Woodmere.
Yeah, the power polo play right here is you get Alex out in front. Watch him, he sneaks around, and a nice ride off there, goes to the near side. That's basic polo, and then I like this, fire it when ready.
Cracking goal. Very nice goal indeed, and that makes it 2 goals apiece. He did a super job there. His timing is absolutely immaculate and just puts that one through the uprights. 2 goals apiece then. As, well, have we run out of time? It looks to me that we might be at the end of the chukker. So indeed, end of chukker number 1. Hope you enjoy that. Make sure you stay with us right here on CTV Sports. 5 more chukkers coming your way when we come back after this short break.
There's something about when you get up early, prep the plane, and you take off, and you get that first light of day. And the air is crystal smooth. You can see forever. You have to have the right aircraft for the right flight with the right crew up front. Only NetJets can do this. The flight dissolves into the background. It should just be the here and now.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. We're live from the Santa Rita Polo Farm, Grand Champions Polo Club at the Buenos Aires Field for our 2023 Sieber Memorial. Dale Schwetz and Jan Attic Frank calling the game for you this afternoon. Thank you for joining us on CTV Sports. Jan, tell us a little bit about the players here.
I will be delighted to. Thank you, Dale. Senvest Excalibor, that's the team in blue, playing their second game of this very special tournament to Grand Champions Polo Club, the Sieber Memorial 12 goal. Richard Marshall at number 1, playing off 0 goals. Evan White Jr. at number 2 of 1 goal. Then Santi Javajol, having scored in the first chukker of 5 goals, as did Pedro Falabella, the 6th goaler, also getting his name on the score sheet. Over to Woodmere, that's the team in the white shirts. We have Alex Berkland at 0, finishing that first chukker with a cracking goal right at the end. Juan Villamil at number 2 off 2 goals. Grant Ganzi at number 3 off 3 goals. And Alejandro Navijo Estrada, the second player in that team for Woodmere, to also have scored. So you join us now with nearly half a minute played in chukker number 2, where the scoreline reads 2 apiece.
Yeah, very even start by both these teams. And we are going to get a whistle on to play as this ball carries over to the far side. Grant Ganzi leaves that ball. And then Santi Javajol comes in between 2 players. So we're going to get fouling. The second man will be the call. And a good play, great communication here by the Woodmere team, as Grant Ganzi knew that he had Villamil in the rumble seat. And Santi Javajol was not going to be able to make a play there. So why not just leave it and see what happens? And Javajol went for it, gets caught. And they're going to move this ball to center. So they're going to gain 100 yards or so, and it's going to be picked up here by the 5B in Alejandro.
Navijo Estrada. Yeah, put a bit of a spin on that one. It came off the pony of Juan Villamil. A little bit unlucky there. Little open backhand shot, looking for Alex Berkland. Now met by Javajol. Javajol, long reach there from Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Coming around the outside. Falabella, not able to control it. Now he does, picks it up very nicely on the near side, coming it and bringing it to the boards. And that's why that safety zone is so, so important. If you ever come to a polo game, remember, you do not want to be standing within that 10-yard safety zone area. Right in front of the center cam here with the number 3, once again, Javajol trying to feed that ball, and he does to Falabella. Falabella, but they're marking up very well, Dale. I've got to give it to Woodmere at the moment. They are shutting down anything that resembles more than maybe a yard and a half in space, and that is making life a little bit tough here for Senvest Excalibor, who, as I say, are looking for a clean slate or a clean sheet. They're coming into this game with a victory under their belt. Woodmere, this is their first game, and it'll be Ganzi. Leaves that one behind. Picked up by Villamil on the boards. Brings it back out from the boards into the field. There's that nice long ball up to the front door for Alex Berkland. Now he's got no traffic to contend or to deal with. Oh, nice correction as he tried to send that one on the stick side. Had to then pick it up on the near side. A cracking run. Now then, just cool, calm and collected would be the strategy. Well, he's still having a go at this. Eventually, then it got too much, and Richard Marshall able to clear it.
He was going round and round and round. He's taking the long way home, Alex. Good ball control, though, as they keep it down there, but then a good clean out here by Senvest Excalibor, but controlled once again by Alejandro.
Navijo Estrada, instrumental in this team. And you can really see how much he's enjoying playing at all levels. Of course, here, the 12th goal, tomorrow, the 26th goal. He's having a lot of fun here. And as you said, Dale, possibly a player whose handicap could be reviewed again at the end of the season, the way he has been playing so far. 4.5 minutes, a whistle will stop the action.
So Falabella's going to take control of this ball, and well, they come from all sides to get him. Alejandro takes the ball down the field here, then he leaves it behind. This is where Pedro takes over. Right there, they ride him from behind, but they go with the 9 call based on the control play, and then a player comes from right to left and goes over the top of the ball. So they got to stop the play there. Pedro had nowhere to go. Now Pedro will gain the yardage, and so they're going to take this ball down. We'll see how far they decide to take it, as we can take a look and see on our side. As if, you always want to make sure they'll check with their third man. They can see with the other umpires also, were there any players for Pedro to pass that ball to? We give them an opportunity to move if they want to. If not, I think Pedro was on his own, though. And so they pass the stick here. They go back and forth between Pedro and Santiago, Falabella and Javajol, on who's going to hit. I guess they just decide on who's feeling the best that day, Yan, because we've seen both of these guys during the games. In their last win, they went back and forth. They were very successful at it, so it's always good to be able to have a couple hitters that are play well together as teammates. So here we go. We're going to go with Santiago Javajol on the penalty 4, 60-yard shot.
Runs into a little bit of traffic, roundabout on the 30-yard line. It'll be picked up very quickly by Villamil, Juan Villamil. Yeah, I tried to get a little bit more space between him and the first defender there from Senvest Excalibor. And as always, to pick up the pieces, Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Nice long ball into the half of the in blue playing Senvest Excalibor. Villamil wants to avoid the challenge. A little steal, a cheeky little steal there by Falabella. Back to where we all started with Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Now he is also a hitter not to be shy of. He likes those long distance balls, but he's a clever player as well. Wanted to get it in a little bit closer and feed that ball up to Falabella, who turns things around over on the far side. Javajol. Up now on the move, I can see as well. Evan White, haven't seen that much of him yet. Evan White, of course, junior, the one-goal player playing the number 2 position. Oh, nice pick up here on the bounce by Falabella. Falabella still in control. In comes a challenge for Juan Villamil. Well, he saw that one coming. Now possibly the exchange as Evan White goes to chase this one. And Evan White makes it look so easy.
Yeah, it was a defensive battle, round and round and round, everything, Yan. This chucker has been defensive-minded. After the first chucker, they came out, both teams, and as you were mentioning, you're noticing just so much racing and rubbing, everybody covering up another man, almost switching positions. And then finally, Evan gets out here by himself, and it just must have been a misplay here for him to be by himself, because we have not seen one man completely open like that in this second chucker play. But Evan to pick up his first of the day, and they're splitting it up very well. One by Santiago Javajol, penalty 2. And Pedro Falabella with 1 in the first chucker. Alex Berklin and Alejandro Navijo Estrada, Grant Gansey had an opportunity at a 2, just wide, so they left 2-2. And this will bring us into our courtesy change here for our second chucker. And, of course, the tournament named in honor of player Robert J. Sieber Jr. He died in a related polo accident. Yeah.
Yes, I was reading those notes, Dale, and not only that, this particular tournament has such a history. Of course, his legacy. He was only 29 when unfortunately he passed away, but of course his legacy continues with this annual tournament. The tournament was first created by the Oxley family and played at the now defunct Royal Palm Polo Sports Club down in Boca Raton, and later, of course, and luckily so for us, resurrected by Mark and Melissa Gansey here at Grand Champions Polo Club. Now, the interesting thing is the last game that was ever played at Royal Palm before it closed was actually the Sieber Memorial Final. And we've now been hosting it here for quite some years, and it's great to have it back. There was a very nice quote saying, "I'd like to thank the Gansey family and Grand Champions for putting this on." This is Rob's brother, John Sieber. It means a lot to the family. The horses are great, the players are great, and he'd like to make a special thank you to all the playing sponsors and captains. People don't know what they've gone through to get their teams together. So very much appreciate, and thank you very much, John Sieber, and of course a big shout out to the Sieber family.
Yeah, great family. I grew up around them. Myself, my family knows their family very well. Yan, the Oxley family, of course, the owners of the now defunct Royal Palm Polo. That's where I actually learned to ride horses. And the Sieber family was always a big family there, and also playing in Oak Brook with the Butlers. And that's when in Chicago, Oakbrook Polo Club was one of the elite clubs in the world at that time. So it's a big, great honor to have the family, and we will see the family. They will be out here. They usually come for the semifinals and the finals for sure, as they usually do our trophy presentation. As we get everybody back after the Kersey change, and once again, it goes to kind of a bit of a tennis game in the middle of the field, and it's been a little bit of a choppy chucker.
It has.
Yeah, a little sticky. And we're going to pick up another right-of-way violation. As you can see right there, Santiago Javajol coming with the line, following the right-of-way right there, and picking up, even though the player did clear out there, just too close for comfort. Penalty 5A, and it's going to be Pedro to do the honors here for Senvest Excalibor.
Nice long drive, straight as an arrow through the middle, looking there for the number 2 for Evan White. Remember, he scored just a few moments ago. Looking for, and well, there it is, goal number 2. And it all started, let's have a look at the replay here. The long ball coming from Falabella, and then he just snapped that one out under the neck of the pony. So a cracking second goal here for Evan White Jr.
Yeah, positive possession here on the 5A. I talk a lot about it. I think that's the biggest play in the game today. You need to have possessions, positive possessions on the 5As and Bs. And right here, showing you how to get it done in 2 shots. Carried a good 160 there. And both teams shooting that goal. Not messing around with it. Yeah, once they get inside the 60, both teams, Alex had a great shot in the first chucker, and now Evan shooting from like the 30-yard line, putting it right down the center.
Yeah, and with that second goal that he just scored, Dale, they now have a little cushion that they're trying to, of course, expand on. 4 goals to 2 with about 1 minute and 23 seconds left to play here in the second chucker. Ball is back in play now. Ganzi with the number 3. Great view here from the drone pilot, of course. And obviously those 2 goals will have done the world of good for Evan White, because he's obviously oozing with confidence. In comes the man with the number 4 once again, Pedro Falabella. Has to slam on the brakes. Having a little bit of a situation there with Grant Ganzi right in front of him. That's a nice little pass, but again, coming in just in the nick of time, Evan White. Now then, Javajol controls it, avoids the hook that came in from Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Well, he did enough to stop that player in his tracks. Man with the number 3, Santi Javajol. And now let's watch Mr. Elegance in motion himself, Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Confidently brings that ball over the halfway line, trying to send it up to Alex Barkley, but you can see he's still hovering there. Nice little pick up on the near side. Now this will be Juan Villamil with a chance to, put it back into that dangerous area in front of the goal mouth. Good bit of defending here. Evan White, not only a goal scorer, but also very solid in his defensive play. But he's there again. Alejandro Navijo Estrada just he makes it look so easy. Just unleashes another bomb shot of a ball, but this time it just goes slightly out to the left-hand side.
Yeah, I like Alejandro playing at a faster pace, knowing what he's got to do tomorrow, so he's keeping that pace up. And also, this is great for Grant Ganzi, because as we said, playing against Falabella, who's also playing in the World Polo League, Pedro, for the Biotricity team, and Javajol, very quick players. So these will be good tune-ups for both of these guys as they play in a higher level tomorrow. But this has been rolling out here, so that's going to end our second chucker of play. And so we'll get everybody on some fresh ponies, and we'll be back for our third chucker of the 2023 Sieber Memorial.
We're here at the Santa Rita Polo Farm, where the PTF Polo ASSN Junior Tournament is being held for the first time ever at this location. And I mean, could you get a more beautiful venue? Probably not. The tournament includes players of all ages, starting with the youngest at just 2 years old and the oldest at 20 years old. So you've got all ages, all skill levels, and a whole lot of fun. Let's go check it out.
It reminds me of my days when I was in that position playing the kids tournament, and for us it meant the world. So I'm very happy to be here supporting my son and other kids as well, because I think they really enjoy this, and for them it's even more important than for us probably playing the 26 or the 22.
Well, that's a wrap on the PTF Polo ASSN Juniors Tournament at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. So much incredible talent coming up through the ranks. The future is certainly bright for the sport of polo. Now, for more information on the PTF, head to polotraining.org. And of course, head to Chucker TV for all of our awesome content, including full game broadcasts.
Okay, welcome back to CTV Sports. As you can see, some of the horses moving around there well, we have a couple different tracks where they exercise the four-legged athletes at the Santa Rita Polo Farm. There's a track in the back of the property, and also one up in the front, up by the barns on the north side, where the Penn field is. So you have the Buenos Aires field we're playing on, you have the Aspen field to the right, you have the Penn field to the left, and up on the far side, you have the Santa Rita team. My name is Dale Schwetz, and we are bringing you this live with Jan Erik Frank. And Jan, it's been, well, the first chucker was open, and then the second chucker got a little sticky on defense, the battle. And here we are, 4-2 now. And you have the Senvest Excalibor team in the blue and Woodmere in the white. And it's going to be Santi Zavazo, and they got him running right now. And it's going to be Evan White by himself. Grant Gansey on the defensive play. He's going to come back down. We got mallets in the air there, and then a whistle on the play that will stop the action.
Yeah, and what is also very special about this tournament, and I'd like to just point that out again, is the fact that this year's tournament is featuring, we have a total of 4 young ladies playing. Hope Ariano, Mia Cambiasa, Sarah Siegel-Magnus, and Alessia Ziedler. Ariana rated 9 goals in the women's ratings, was the first woman to be named and play for the U.S. in the 2022 FIP World Championships in Wellington. Cambiasso, rated at 8 goals, was a member of the winning La Dolfina team in the 2022 Women's Argentine Open. So we are very, very happy to have such a high number of ladies playing in the Sieber Memorial this year.
So we bring them, yeah, I love it. So you see the ladies, and we've had ladies playing in a lot of the tournaments, and those are very strong ladies that play the game, and they're mounted very well. It looked like we had have to check on that. I think they had no foul on the play, or they went for a bowl-in as action did stop. But back to the action here in our third chucker, and it's going to be picked up here by Estrada, Alejandro. Oh, we had a buried ball back there. Thank you, Steve Lane, as our third man on the sideline there. He said they had a buried ball. And, of course, when they do have a buried ball, they line them back up, bowled in from the center to the boards. Alejandro's going to bring it in here, keep it moving. But Evan White, who rotates around, and that's where you're going to get this rotation by both teams going through here. Santiago Zavazoba, well done, as Alex Berkeley stays on his near side, backs it up cleanly, and now it'll be in control once more for Evan White. Evan, good ball control, the one-goaler. He's been playing super strong. We talked about his rating, Jan. Yeah. Thought he was playing. He's another one of these guys who could go up.
Absolutely, playing very, very solid, and having already matched his handicap of 2 under the next shot there, coming from the number 3 from Java Joel. Now then.
That's you're going to put this one away. Look at this little snapshot.
Wow.
Wow, that is a
That is a cracking shot there. Timed it just right, the man with the number 3. And that is his second goal of the afternoon. Well, Dale, I mean, 2 unanswered goals in that last chukker by Woodmere, not scoring. And Senvest Excalibor coming out very strong here in chukker number 3 with that superb goal by Santi Javajol. Back to the center they go, ball's in play.
It's gonna melee around here. Alejandro started with it. Now he's going to gather it back up and work to the outside. The 2 number 4s as Falabella will slow him up a bit. But look at this. Alejandro's just going to drive one from about 120, but off to the left.
Yeah, very unlucky there. He did possibly have Alex Berkland up at the front, but he was too far out. So, but why not? Why not every now and then? We know, and he knows he can do it. You know, give it a crack. Unfortunately, on this occasion, it went wide. But, of course, maybe he's just getting a little bit concerned. They're down by 3 goals now. And a quick goal here before they go into the halftime interval. We still have a good 4 minutes and 24 seconds to play. Would, of course, be just what the coach, the doctor, would have ordered. Javajol sends that ball over the halfway line. Again, yeah, a little bit overzealous there. Evan White wanted to just run and gun with that one. And Alejandro Novillo Estrada comes back, picks up the ball, just takes the pace out for a moment or two just to allow his attacking players to get back in situation, or in situ. Juan Villamil won't be able to do much with that. Falabella will send it back to where it came from. But you see, he's all over the place. The man with the red helmet, Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Yeah, Alejandro, he reads the game well, and so does this man right here. Pedro Falabella looking for the outside pass, and he's got Santiago. Santiago, look at peeking. There it is, one-timer down the center, but well read again, and it's going to be Estrada. Offside, near side, now he'll control. Getting a little pressure there from Richard. Now he'll slow it back up. Evans going to go ahead and just stay in the pocket, and you'll get the drive to the right side. 4 players come together, and they'll turn the corner, and Falabella leaves. Oh, Grant Gansey almost gets the hook there as Pedro moves it inside the 60 and secured and controlled again by Estrada. Alejandro getting a lot of touches here in the third. Estrada now moving it down, clean strokes on the near side, out of the air, no problem. He'll leave it behind, and here comes Falabella. There's the give and go, and I think he's going to find Santiago Javajol on the end of this one. Yep, he's going to run right through everybody and get out in front. There's the approach. Now he'll shut the Baymare down, look for a little control, try to sneak through. That good D by Villamil, but he'll get the high flag.
Very nicely done. Kept his composure and then finishes off with a beautiful near side forehand. That is goal number 3 for the 5-goal with the 3 on his shirt. Santiago Javajol, and all of a sudden, Dale, 6 goals to 2. So Senvest Excalibor flexing their muscles a little bit here towards the end of the first half.
Yeah, but better chukker. Both teams coming out very clean in this chukker. Remember, it was open in the first chukker. Then it went to be a bit of a defensive battle where we see fouls usually when they get rubbing and racing like that. We get right-away violations called. And but the beginning of this third chukker has been wide open.
So back to the center. Well, Grant Gansey's already there, waiting for his teammates to come down the field. I'm sure there'll be lots to talk about in the half-time break. And, of course, we will be bringing you the stats, as we always do. Always looking forward to that. That's something which, again, Grand Champions Polo Club and CTV Sports put a lot of effort and a lot of time on to give you, which are sometimes very, very important and informative stats, which also explain how we've come to where we are in the game.
You got it. I love the horse. Love looking at all the different horses. Of course, they're different umpire horses. And Pepe right there, had a cool-looking little Argentine paint pony. Great umpire ponies out there. Remember, the umpire, they change horses at every half, and sometimes we will supply 3 horses for the umpires. They always have an extra one just in case. People ask us about that for safety based on the day and how fast the polo is. And looks like we might have a little bit of a time out during this courtesy change as Richard Sala was getting checked on, so we'll make sure he's all right. Safety's always first. And a good look field, doing very well. Played a lot of polo in these two fields over the last 2 months, Jan, at the Santa Rita Polo Farm.
Now, exceptional condition. Once again, a big shout out and a compliments to all the ground staff, of course, at Santa Rita and at Grand Champions Polo Club. Again, that team of groundkeepers putting in a lot of passion into their work, and the compliments have been coming in. The players have all been very, very impressed. Remember, Grand Champions Polo Club and its sister club, Santa Rita. I'll come back to that in a moment after this nice long ball now then. Evan White playing the Minister of Defence. Oh, wasn't? Oh, yeah, well, he got lucky there because nearly coming down the line in the white shirt was Alex Berkland. So good play there by Evan White Jr., getting that ball out of distance.
Yeah, it looked like we were going to get a number 3 for Santiago. I thought he was going to get his hat trick here. But you can see trailing the play, and you'll get a better look now. Right here, Evan White, see him coming down. And that ball, did it stay on the field? Right there, you had Vijamil coming in behind. So you have Javajol reaching in front. And they're going to go to clean a shoe off the field there. I'm wondering if that ball was off the field, too. They came together.
Looked very close. Looked very, very close.
Yeah, we can take a look at it just to see if it... it was on the field, still on the field, so they'll go with the right-of-way violation, as Evan did save that ball. And you see Vijamil doing a quick little turn here. He'll do the honors on the penalty 5A. And a 4-goal lead here, as they are, Senvest Excalibor carrying on where they left off on their last game. And they played very well. They come together good, this foursome. Picked up here, backed up, a little bit of a miss hit there by Javajol. Alejandro's going to one-time it, and he's got Grant Gansey on the move, double G, who's got the horsepower. Grant's going to go ahead and put Evan on his hip. Now shut it down. Into the coffin corner they go. Control play by number 3, Grant Gansey, trying to get away from Evan White. Javajol will use the boards like a 5th man, and it works it perfectly. Now Santiago, backed up again by Grant Gansey, bounces off a pony, and that ball will skip out of bounds for the change of possession.
Yeah. Pace picking up quite nicely now. After, as you said earlier, a little bit patchy at times, but that seems to now slowly being, well, ironing itself out. We're down to the last 50 or so seconds of play here in the first half. And as I said, I'm pretty sure that Woodmere will have quite a lot to talk about here. They're going to have to change or adjust 1 or 2 things when they come back for the second. Now, that's a superb long ball from Alejandro Navijo Estrada. You can see just trying to steer it in there. The man with the number 2, Juan Javajol. Really not much in it, but another cracking shot by Alejandro Navijo Estrada.
Yeah, that ball was inside the 60-yard line, so they brought it outside. That's why Alejandro took that one shot. He either needs to hit that ball one time or pass the ball. He said, I'm going for the goal. And by your excitement there, Jan, you could tell how close it really was, because it was right on. He almost sunk that, which would have been a fabulous shot. Off to the right side, as we click down here for our final 30 seconds in our first half, Pedro will check the field. Rotation by Javajol. Now the drop and the leapfrog. Looks like they're going to work it together here. He's going to have to release this one. Oh, he does it nicely here. Big ball by Santiago. Looking for Richard Marsalis. Going to get one more run. Nice hook by Vijamil. 2 players override. Double G on the move. He's got time. He's going to push White to the left side. Carried on to the near side. Little bit off to the boards here, but still has time as Vijamil will leave it for Alejandro. They're lined out very well. Now Alejandro looking to get it down the field, but loose ball play picked up again by Santiago.
Sorry, beg your pardon, Del. Javajol picked that one up.
And around the corner they go, but he ran out of time. I thought Santiago was going to go for it. So that'll end our first half here. Jan, with a... Looks like you're going to stop right in the middle. Right about there is where we ran out of time, I believe. So they're going to go ahead and start. And that chucker, yeah, we'll go ahead and start our second half right there. But we're going to go ahead and check out our first half stats. Here we go, 6-2. And a great first half on scoring by the Senvest Excalibor team. Shots on goal, though, 7-6, very close. But the knock-ins is where it comes in, and that's where Woodmere has been missing the goal. 4 knock-ins by Senvest. That's a huge stat for today's game. Only 1 knock-in for the Woodmere team. So Senvest only missing the goal 1 time. That's great shooting.
That's very good shooting.
Very good shooting. They've won 6 out of 9 throw-ins too, and that's huge.
Yeah.
And they've only committed 3 fouls compared to the 4 by Woodmere. So the stats add up very, very well based on our score in our first half.
Indeed it has, and as we were just saying, that brings us to the end of the first half. Again, 2 goals scored by Senvest Excalibor. They did the same in Chukker number 2, 2 goals to nil, 2 goals to nil again here in Chukker number 3. Dale, 2 Chukkers with unanswered goals here by Woodmere. Where would you suggest they need to adjust their strategy?
Yeah, no, I mean, well, they got to make sure they get their shooting a little bit better because they've been missing the goal. The knock-ins don't lie. I mean, that's a big stat. And also clean up those fouls.
Yeah.
Don't put them on the penalty line. So they'll get into the tent. They'll talk about that. Percentages are, you got to keep shooting that goal. Keep shooting. The goals will come.
Yep.
But you got to make sure you start, when a team is shooting better than you got to make sure you start taking better shots. So maybe not rush a few shots, Jan, I would say. Otherwise, it was a defensive battle in the second Chukker. In the third Chukker, it just went to which team scored the most goals, and that's how it works in the game of polo. So we're going to go to a little break, just a short halftime break, and we'll be back for our second half here on CTV Sports.
This is a championship meet. All the best jockeys in the world are here, and I'm excited to ride against them.
We back.
And you get to watch some really incredible, talented athletes out there.
Yeah.
To us, it's a place to be in the winter.
I love Gulfstream Park because of the racing.
The palm trees, the beach is right here. The horse racing is some of the best in the country.
A lot of good horses come out of here. And if you want to go to the next level, Gulfstream Park was the place to come.
I remember the first time I came to Gulfstream, it was like this big fairy tale place. All the history. And all these great horses, trainers, jockeys. It was everything that I ever dreamed of.
My name is Augustine Malman. I am a chef. I trained with my uncle in Argentina in several restaurants, and now I travel the world creating unique experiences, all cooked with fire. For this event, we came from California. My team and I had some previous events there, and we traveled with my wood oven trailer and all of our grills from Santa Barbara, California. Well, when we got here, we always arrive about a week prior to the event. There's several things that we order from out of town, like the firewood. We make reservations of all of the rental items, kitchen equipment, anything we need prior to our arrival is already reserved. And then once we arrive into town, we'll source out whatever products are on the menu, like fish, red meats, fruit, vegetable, anything that we need specifically for that menu that we chose. We will source it once we get in town. My team is everything. I mean, I always tell them and to my clients, without a good team, you can't execute these kind of dinners. It takes a lot more work than what people see when they show up to the events. It takes, like I said, I mean, sometimes weeks to prepare for an event like this because we're traveling from out of town, so we have to source everything we're not familiar with. The new barn is, I mean, we're here. This is the first dinner we're doing here, so we're very excited to be here. It's amazing. It's a great place to be, and it has this inner courtyard, which is amazing to do dinners, with a special area back here behind me to do all of our grilling and the fire showcase. So it's great to be here. It's a beautiful place. Very different being up in the mountains, but I mean, I feel with Melissa and Mark and all the events we do together, I mean, I feel like it's home. We've been cooking for them for about 4 or 5 years now. But as far as showcasing what we want to showcase and being in an incredible place like Aspen Valley Polo Club, that's no difference to Wellington. I mean, it's a beautiful place up here. It's going to be a 4-course seated meal. As the first course, we have a halloumi cheese that we sear on our fire plancha with shrimp
pine nut gremolata sauce on top. The second course seated will be a roasted beetroot salad with goat cheese and arugula, lemon zest and olive oil. And then the main course tonight will be a mashed potato, sweet potato puree with skirt steak and chimichurri sauce. My name is Augustine Malman, and we are in Aspen Valley Polo Club, one of the most beautiful places to do an outdoor fire dinner experience.
Hi, I'm Tomacho Pieres.
Hello, I'm Nacho Figueras.
Hello, I'm Martín Muñoz.
I'm Gonzalito Pieres.
I'm Alejandro Novillo Estrada.
Hello, I'm Nacho Novillo Estrada. I made goals and here back in Aspen.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. My name is Dale Schwetz with Jan Erik Frank, and we're live here for the 2023 Sieber Memorial 12-goal tournament. I love the 12-goal polo, and it always showcases young individuals, young players, and also we have some superstars out there playing, higher-rated players, or high-goal players. There's one of them right there, Alejandro Novillo Estrada, as he walks over to get his fresh mount. Having a little chat there with Juan Villamil. Jan and Frank, you want to just go ahead and go through the players one more time? We might have some new patrons join us for the second half.
Thank you, Dale. I would be delighted. A very good afternoon once again also from myself here for the second half of this match 3 it is of the Sieber Memorial 12-goal 2023. Well, let's start with that man you just spoke about, Dale. In reverse order then, for Woodmere, we have Alejandro Novillo Estrada, one of those superstars also playing in the WPL at the 26-goal level. He's at number 4, playing off 7 goals. And at number 3, matching the number on the shirt, Grant Ganzi. At number 2, Juan Villamil at number 2, and Alex Berkland at 1. And so far, Dale, only Alex and Alejandro Novillo Estrada have scored, and that was both in the first chukker. The team in blue, that is Senvest Excalibor with Richard Bashal at number 1, playing off 0 goals. Evan White, who really turned up things in chukker number 2, hitting the target on 2 occasions. And then at number 3, Santi Javajol, 5 goals, hitting the target in chukker 1, and again twice in chukker number 3. And then, of course, Pedro Falabella, the man with the highest, well, in that team at least, highest handicap of 6 goals, scoring in chukker 1. That is how they left the field at halftime, 6 goals to 2. You join us now here for the second half of this Sieber Memorial 12-goal 2023.
Yeah, 4 unanswered goals. That's the difference by the Senvest Excalibor team. 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and that's where they get their lead, their 4-point lead. And if you missed our first half stats, good shooting by the Senvest Excalibor team. High percentages. You like to see that when you're coaching, and that's just the difference. Otherwise, it's been a pretty close game, as it was close on the fouls. Besides the bowlings, the possessions, that was one possession. Also, the Senvest Excalibor team, they won 80% of the bowling. So a few more possessions, but I think the good shooting by the blue.
Very, very good shooting, and that is reflected in the score, as you rightly pointed out there, Dale. So let's see what the halftime interval has done in so much as how and where Woodmere are going to change their strategy. 2 chukkers back-to-back with unanswered goals is, of course, not a good statistic, but I'm pretty sure at the combination of Alex Berkland, Juan Villamil, Grant Ganzi, and of course Alejandro Navijo Estrada, who has been working very well and very hard in that first half. I'm sure they will come up with an extension of Plan A before they might have to go to Plan B. Ball is back in play, and speaking of the man we just spoke about so much, Alejandro Navijo Estrada will get things underway. Nice little low ball, looking to feed it up to the front door. Ganzi was in there. Nice little bump coming in from Alex Berkland, taking on the 6-goaler Pedro Falabella. He will turn things around very nicely and just hammers another huge hit down the field. And this young man, of course, Evan White Jr., well, I said, like I told you, Dale, in chucker number 2, that's when something ignited within him there, scoring 2 cracking goals. And he is just growing and growing with confidence.
Yeah, no, I've enjoyed watching him play it as one-goal player. He is very, very healthy. He's you're going to get a change of possession here, and that ball was right around the 60 because they're allowed. I guess it was outside because he dribbled that ball in. I wasn't sure where it was at when they took it, but shot on goal, just wide to the right. And now we're going to see a change. So they went to the tent and changed things around here, Jan.
Yeah.
Now we have Juan Villamil taking the knock-ins. And if you remember the first half, it was Alejandro.
Yeah, so let's see if that's going to make a difference. So that would suggest that they are going to be working or implementing that rotation. And that was the first stop. So he's gone up to the so-called number 3 position. One touch, straight up to Grant Ganzi. He's going to play it out to the boards, and that will just trickle over. He got that just on the outside of the mallet head, so we will have another change of possession. But interesting to see how they have done that here, how Woodmere are changing that strategy with, as you said, Juan Villamil taking the knock-ins.
A great group of people on the sideline there. We want to say hello to everyone from the CTV studios, as we are broadcasting live from the CTV studios, but we are also live at the field. So if you do come to one of our games, you will hear all of the broadcasts from the field. Our executive producer, Mike Farrer, working on that technology and just got it showcased and working very well. And we had a big thumbs up today. A lot of fun out there.
It is indeed. And but of course, we will be out there ourselves tomorrow, Dale, tomorrow afternoon.
The number 1 field, number 1, number 2 field over at the Grand Champion Pole Club for the finals of the World Pole League All-Star Challenge. Oh, that's going to be a good pick, a clean pick by Santiago Javajol. Now, look for the finish. Trouble in paradise inside the 40. Alejandro Navijo Estrada comes back with great second effort here. Look at this, turned the defense into offense on a clean pick, as it looked like Santi Javajol had a slam dunk, and now it's going to be a breakaway by Alex Berkland as they come together in the center of the field, and picked up here by White.
Once again, yeah, a bit unlucky there, Alex Berkland. He had a bit of a bouncing ball on the move very quickly. Javajol has a little look over his shoulder. He's got plenty of space all the time in the world, and just a little touch. Well, did that go in? Oh, he put it wide. Well, maybe a little bit too cool there.
He looked like he was very comfortable.
Very. But
and I like the gray mare carrying him right where he wants to be. He didn't even give her the speed stick or anything.
No.
He didn't need to. He had so much room. And, yeah, just off to the right side. So, at the moment, Woodmere is going to go ahead and dodge 2 bullets.
Big bullets.
And big bullets, yeah, because with the 6-2 score here, yeah, and you'd like to try to get one early if you can. And here's Alejandro.
Navijo Estrada, yeah, that would be my strategy. Get that ball down the field as quick and as hard as you possibly can. Ganzi denied a shot on goal, picked up once again by Falabella. Falabella turn. Look how the 2 blue players on the either side of him. On the left, he had the number 2, Evan White Jr. On number 1, Richard Marshall. And this is what I like about this team. They're very quick. Now then, can he keep this one in play? A cut shot attempt by the number 2, by Evan White. Very fine angle. Ball is still in play, thanks to that backhand by Falabella.
And a whistle on play to stop the clock. But as you said, yeah, another number 3, third opportunity here. And a nice pass. He got a piece of it.
Yeah.
Evan went for the deep cut shot, and you're going to get the foul right there.
Right there,
on
exactly.
the reaching foul and a right-of-way violation. as Alejandro Navido Estrada rides out that play. And that'll take us to our courtesy change.
So, not much has happened yet. No score just yet, but still no score, importantly, for Woodmere. And they need, Dale, you said it yourself, they need to up their game on the shooting. They need to start scoring some goals because the way Senvest Excalibor are gelling and turning and reacting to whatever happens on the field is very, very impressive.
Now they're getting better, getting stronger. You can see how remember, they have a game. They have an extra game underneath them.
Yeah.
So that helps out in these leagues, especially when you have teams that are put together with new players. So they understand each other, and they're capitalizing on that flow that they have. You know, they are playing here at the Senvest Polo Farm. It is our 16th anniversary at the Grand Champions Polo Club. Time flies when you're having fun. Yeah,
it does indeed, it does indeed. And not only is it the 16th anniversary, it's also the 5th anniversary of the WPL this year, Dale. And Grand Champions Polo Club, of course, hailed, and not only hailed, but it is the largest club in the nation. With Santa Rita Polo Farm, it is one of the most unique private 102-acre polo facility in Wellington with 212 stalls in 9 self-contained barns, 2 tracks, 5 climate-controlled tack rooms, a vet room, staff quarters, guest houses, you name it, and 4 polo fields with state-of-the-art underground irrigation. And of course, that makes such a difference when you have good, top-notch irrigation and, of course, a short work arena. The club also has 13 well-manicured fields, including the world-class fields over at Grand Champions Polo Club, which of course are also used in conjunction with Santa Rita. Santa Rita, of course, boasting 4 state-of-the-art polo fields.
And it'll be over there tomorrow for the afternoon game, so make sure you join us at the stadium. It is going to be an amazing final, so if you can't get down here in Southern Florida, you can always watch on CTV Sports. And it looks like we have all of our players back after our courtesy change. And we had a reaching foul, right-away violation. And they're going to stay with this same setup here with Vijamil doing the honors on the dead ball plays, on the penalty 5s and the knock-ins. And it looks like it's going to be Santiago Javajol trying to get this ball around the outside of Estrada. White comes in there, good ride off, and that ball will get escorted off the field by Birkeland, and they'll go to another knock-in. I think this is going to be the 4th knock-in, and actually the 5th shot from this side of the field here in the Fort Chucker for the Woodmere team.
And now back to plan A with Alejandro Navido Estrada taking the knock-ins. So once again, that rotation working. This time going up is Juan Vijamil. Well, they've struggled the last few plays just getting that ball out of their own half. Now the rotation seems to be working a lot better. Up to the front door, Ganzi, Alejandro Navido Estrada. A lot of space in midfield there. Yeah, just having a bit of an issue there trying to control that ball. And straight away, 1, 2, 3 blue shirts on or in that play. Alejandro wants to gain a little bit more yardage, gets the ball downfield, but again, Falabella coming in, and this is what they've been doing so well, Dale. They've been marking up well, a little bit of a break possibility here for Alejandro Navido Estrada. Needs to just center that ball, bring it on the approach, and that will be easy pickings for Alejandro Navido Estrada. The first goal, Dale, not only in this half, but since the first chucker for Woodmere.
Yeah, maybe they'll open up the gates, get the water flowing, but this is a good read and good communication by Grant Ganzi and Alejandro. They set Falabella up a bit. Ganzi chases Pedro around the turn, and Pedro was worried about him making a hook on him, and then Alejandro just met him perfectly. Yeah. Clean meet there, and steal, not just a steal, but a goal. And they'll come back to the center here, and they're going to win the bowling, and they have possession. It's going to be double G.
Less than a minute left to play here in this, the 4th chucker. Alejandro Navido Estrada, yeah, busy day at the office here on a Saturday afternoon. Tries to get that ball down. Remember, they do change ends if you're wondering why they're going the other way now, for those of you who have Well, new to the game of polo, after every goal is scored, the players will, of course, change ends. And once again, working very, very hard here, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, but he did have Javajol on and trying to make life as difficult as he possibly can. He's cleared that ball nicely, but at least they are now in the half of Senvest Excalibor. And the question now is, they need to capitalize more on that positioning play. Grant Ganzi trying to send that one back, but again, nicely taken here by Evan White Jr. Good first touch by Richard Mashal. In comes Falabella. Falabella leaves that one for Evan. Evan round the outside if he can, and again, nice clearing shot there from Grant Ganzi, and that will be it for chukker number 4. So at least one goal after a lot of hard work there in favor of Woodmere. The first chukker now with a scoreless chukker for Senvest Excalibor. So Dale, are they on the right track?
Well, it's a step forward. As I said, you got to be careful. They scored 1 goal, but remember, 4 knock-ins by the Woodmere team. So Senvest Excalibor not scoring any goals at chukker yet, but actually winning the actual touches of the polo ball. So we'll see what happens in the 5th. Stay with us. We'll be right back here on CTV Sports.
Happy to be back in town, playing with the best teams, best boys, and on the best fields.
So we're going to start the season a full power horse.
Just happy to be back in Florida, it's hometown. Looking forward to getting back on these amazing fields.
Foot golf, it's a kind of life, and also it's a combination about golf and football.
So I got into sport through social media. Someone approached me on Twitter and said, have you tried it? I'd never heard of it at that point. So I went to my local course and tried it and just completely fell in love with the game.
This is not as easy as it looks on your body. It's a lot of kicking. We don't normally kick these little hard kicks in soccer.
For me, this and the U.S. Open are the 2 top U.S. tournaments. It's something we all look forward to every single year.
Great fun, and I think everyone will enjoy it when they try it. You can't not have fun.
When you set goals at the start of the season and you're able to achieve them at the end of the year, I think I can speak for everyone and say when we set goals and we make the sacrifices that we make, which a lot of people don't see, and then it all comes to fruition, it's a good feeling.
I literally live, breathe foot golf.
'23 Sieber Memorial, they're ready to go. And you can see Gaston Dorniak right there. Of course, our 3rd man in the stands today, Steve Lane /RO, is he does have an iPad out there. If he wants to use it, he can use it in real time. Line them up on Gaston, our other umpire today, Pepe Raja, on the far side. So the 3-man team working today. We are not using challenges in the Sieber Memorial, but all the triggers are in place. So the triggers are in place. If they need to use the triggers, everyone knows the trigger. Check to see if a goal is scored. Check to see anytime the 2-legged or 4-legged athletes come together on a ride-off or any kind of melee play. Check and see when the ball goes out of bounds, either at the end of the fields or on the sides of the fields. And any unsportsmanlike conduct, the umpires think they need a little help, they can go ahead and send that over to Steve. Then Steve will give us the information that he wants to check on here in the CTV studio.
Once again on the move, he is working tirelessly here, Dale. Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Well, clearly the game plan is to score 3 quick goals. And Alejandro has dragged his team deep into the half there of Senvest Excalibor, but just again not able to finish what he started, despite all the hard effort he's put into it. And that's down to the fact that, of course, it is a team sport. It is a team game. You need your teammates to also get in the right situation, the right position to assist and to aid you. So a whistle on that play, and that will mean a hit from the spot, a penalty 5A in favour of Senvest Excalibor. Pedro Falabella about to get things underway. A good 6:20 left to play here in the penultimate fifth chukker. And as I said, Dale, one goal coming in that last chukker, courtesy of Alejandro Novillo Estrada, but they need another couple of very quick goals. And once again, it'll be Javajol with a nice long, deep ball up to the front door, looking for a man who's really impressed me here this afternoon with the number 2, Evan White. But now, once again, Falabella. Now, he's got a very powerful pony. Falabella, he's got Ganzi behind him. And again, coming out of nowhere. This is what I mean. He is so active and so productive, is that man with the number 4, Alejandro Novillo Estrada. Now, nice to see Grant Ganzi taking that ball round. Wanted to unload a long, long shot. Once again, Vijamil, Alejandro Novillo Estrada, who else? Fighting for every bit of ball and possession he can. Wants to now leave the traffic behind. Yeah, he clipped him just ever so slightly. Pedro Falabella got a piece of him on that play. There is the long pass once again, and nobody home, or is there? In comes Evan White. Nice pickup on the near side. Still Evan White. Nicely done. Good second touch. And then over onto the stick side. Now, that is elegance in motion.
Yeah, you said it. This is Santiago Javajol's. That's what he does well. He carries the ball so cleanly. A right off there by Richard to help out. That gives Santi an opportunity to keep it out in front of Grant. Grant had to run wide around Richard Marsala, so that little play, believe it or not, helps. And that's going to be an easy goal for Javajol and put that back on track here, 7-3. We'll switch on the far side. Of course, all the bowlers will be on the far east side of the Buenos Aires field here. Tournament conditions for the bowl-in, and picked up here, take it forward now by Falabella, looking for White, but it's going to be Vijamil. He'll carry this one across the field on the bald-faced chestnut pony. Going to slam on the brakes. I think that ball might almost skipped out of bounds on him. Yeah, bad luck there as a change of possession, and they'll drop this one down. It'll be number 4.
Falabella, Pedro taps it into play. Looking to send that one up to the front. He saw that Richard Marshall was a little bit left to his own devices. Again, Alejandro Novillo Estrada coming in to try and clear up a little bit. And another whistle will stop the play with 3:48 on the clock.
So on the possession play, Falabella does not waste any time as he hits that ball straight down the center. And then they come together, and Santiago Javajol, you need to bend a player. I guess the easiest way to understand when you go to ride a player off, you can't just brush them in front. So you can't just brush by a player and take off. If you're going to go ahead and take over the man, you have to go ahead and bend the players, we say, or ride them off cleanly. And in this case, I think it looked like he bent them. We'll see what they do when they come back, what the final call was, as they went to a courtesy change with 3:48 on the clock. Sometimes you get in a game and you're riding players off, and a player, they come together on a ride-off. Any you new viewers or new players, remember you need to ride a player off evenly, less than 45 degrees, same relative speed, and that's where you come together. If you come up too far in front or too far behind, that's what the umpires are looking for. It's called the uneven ride-off. 45 degrees or less, same relative speed.
Yep.
But some players they'll brush a player and just kind of slide off them. And if this player is on the right of way going forward, you need to bend him, push him off the line, and that gives you the ability to go to the line.
Well explained, Dale. Very well explained, and I'm hoping the viewers at home were able to follow them. But could not have said it better myself, Dale.
Yeah, so it's just one of those plays. We'll see what they decide to call on the field, as it was Santiago and Alejandro coming together there. But that's just a condition that seems to happen sometimes in the game, where it can be a little misunderstood by some players, as they think, oh, I made contact. Yeah, but if you make contact, just making contact is not, you need to make sure, you got to make sure that you bend the player.
So here we go then. Players are back out on the field. Quick courtesy change. And again, compliments to all the players being very quick here within where we like to keep a sort of 45-second lid on that courtesy change. We are, if you've just joined us, a very good afternoon to you in Chukka number 5. A hit from the spot after that very, very good explanation by Dale just now on that foul. And it's going to go in favor of White, who still have quite a bit of work to do here in the latter half here of Chukka number 5, but of course they will be coming back out for a 6th and final. Chukka, here we go then. Alejandro Novillo Estrada back to taking those knock-ins, and in this case, the penalty 5A.
So it was Alejandro, so it did happen. They read the same way we talked about. Santi coming across a little bit there on the rub. He's going to end up getting the ball back on the penalty 5A, and once again, the number 3 and number 4 working well together. That's Falabella, but nice steal here by Estrada, and he needs this one. Tries to take that one forward. 2 players come together, and then finally a whistle on the play. And they're all ducking and diving with this one, yeah.
Well, to me, Dale, if I may interject, to me it looked like it was the foul on the second play here. Grant Gansey had jumped onto that line after... let's have a look at the action here. You see coming across there was the number 4. That's how I saw it. How did you see it?
Well, they come across. It depends on where they're blowing, which one they're blowing. You have Alejandro kind of takes the ball forward, and they played it back, comes left to right. But they blew the foul. For on the foul on Falabella. So okay. I think you're right on that on Grant falling across the right of way from Grant. Because Alejandro gets out of there pretty quick. And remember, when Alejandro went from right to left, Javarjo wasn't on the line. Correct. So and Grant Gansey was 100% on his line. That's a big part of that play. And that's why the third man wanted to look at it a few times and on his iPad to check and see which player not actually, is making the foul, but who are the other players 100% on the line? Because if they're not 100% on the line, then they can't get the whistle. Grant Gansey was, so they will get the right-of-way violation. And they'll go from the center. Nobody moving there, so just a penalty 5A, and it'll be now 1.
Villamil, yeah, well, why not indeed have a crack at a long-distance shot up to the front door, not quite quick enough to get there. He saw it coming, Grant Gansey, but again cleared by Evan White. Now, Evan White, of course, with 3 goals to his name already in this game. He'll be happy with that. Another nice steal here by Falabella. So, again, it's just not gelling as well as we would have hoped here in the second half for Woodmere. So far, just both of these teams just having scored once. Evan White for Senvest, Excalibor, and Alejandro Novillo Estrada scoring in Chukka number 4. And speaking of Alejandro, he's on the ball again, doing everything he possibly can to mobilize his players up to the front door. Once again, it's Villamil. Villamil, can he control it? Gansey came in as well. Not able to control that ball and take it around. A lot of players riding over the ball here now. A lot of sticks up in the air as well, but the umpire's whistle initially stays silent. Remember, they will allow for a play to unfold or to open up before they then resort to making that decision of blowing the whistle. Alejandro again gets tangled up a little bit.
They're coming at each other.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot going on down there. You said it, yeah. The only way to explain it was that there's a lot going on. They're all over the place. And I think it was a lot of great non-calls in there early, but you see some riding off there, a little bit uneven, but not any danger, as you said. And then finally, when they turn around here, Alejandro gets control. You're going to see him get spun behind the saddle right here. Boom.
Yeah.
That's what we talked about earlier about being uneven.
Yeah. Yes.
And that's behind the saddle. And anytime it's uneven behind the saddle or in front of the saddle, they will blow that for danger based on the 4-legged athlete becoming unbalanced.
Yep. Health and safety.
You got it. So in that play right there really wasn't, no malice involved. No reason
unlucky.
for any, on sports like Connor. Just a lot of racing and rubbing down in the corner down there. And at this part of the game, this is where it's got to happen. Either the Senvest Excalibor team takes this game over or Woodmere comes back. So Grant Gansey, that's what you need right there. That'll help and get the wheels rolling in the right direction. And now down by 3 goals. So a huge goal here by Gansey after, well, a lot of defensive melee plays. No goals being scored.
No, and that
was penalty 2.
Yeah, penalty 2 there by Grant Gansey. So a goal apiece here in Chucker number 5. But as you can see on your screens at home, still 3 goals in it. Senvest Excalibur still in a very comfortable position here, leading by 7 goals to 4. We're down to 1.5 minutes left here in Chucker number 5. And once again, the Blues have it. A little slap shot there coming in from Javajol. Gansey, yeah, be well advised not to miss that. He did unfortunately miss that, but also Javajol not hitting the target on that play.
Yeah, well, if I was the Senvest team, I'd try to get one back here quickly. Don't give the Woodmere team a breath of fresh air, because when they come into the 6th Chucker, 3 goals is not enough. And coming in on fresh horses. So they are going to get a penalty shot here. And this will be an opportunity for Pedro. Now we'll see if they pass the stick here, because it looked like Santi Javajol was off changing horses. Pedro might just be teeing the ball up for him, which is allowed in the game. Yep. He's going to tee it up for Santi Javajol. And Santi has been taking the penalties today, and successful with the penalty 2 in the 1st Chucker. Now another opportunity to go up by 4. And he's going to fire that one on the penalty 2 and cleanly hit.
Yeah, nicely done. Very nicely done by Santi Javajol. Goal number 4 for the 5-goaler. I'm sure he'll be happy with that. So, as you said, Dale, it's going to be a tough 6th and final Chucker. 8 goals to 4 now. 4 goals in it. So, Senvest Excalibur continuing what they set out to do, which is to leave the field here with a clean sheet. Remember, they came in with 1-0, taking on Quaitonzi. That was a cracking game we saw earlier in the week. 12 goals to 11. That really could have also gone either way.
Yes, sir. And that was the first game, remember, for the Quaitonzi team. And they did well. That was anybody's match. Just went right down to the end. Here we go. Last 30 seconds here in the 5th. It'd be nice to get one back. Vijamil.
Juan. Just sticking ball in that ball nicely through. Yeah, again, you see, look, they come so quickly. They come back in situ so quickly. And that strategy has been working so well for them. They have made it so exceptionally difficult here for Woodmere to find any kind of rhythm, let alone their own rhythm, because they've just been marking up so well. Maybe now here, another chance for Juan Vijamil. Vijamil on the near side. Can he finish it well? You called it, Dale. They needed that. And let's hope that that is the catalyst to get them coming back very, very strong here in Chucker number 6. So, 2 goals apiece in Chucker number 5. And the score, as you can see on your screens, 8 goals to 5. 3 goals in it, Dale, and 1 Chucker to win it.
Well, you want to join us for our 6th and final Chucker to see if the Senvest Excalibur team can hold on, or Woodmere will come back, try to steal it away. Stay with us here. We'll be back for our 6th and final Chucker.
Don't let them see. Be the good girl you always have to be. Conceal, don't feel. Don't let them know. Well, now they know. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. Let it go. Let it go. Turn away and slam the door. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. Cold never bothered me anyway.
I am Nick Weaver. I am the co-founder and COO of Blue Delta Gene Co. I probably measured over 30,000 butts, 7 feet tall and 7 feet wide. Doesn't matter. It is fun making people happy. When you make a garment that fits, that's one thing. When you make a garment fit and look good, that's another thing. And we are very good at the latter. We have grown our company by taking care of people. We have grown by making jeans that fit. There are some things that will never change: where it's made, how it's made, and who's making them. Every jean is one of one. But now we can get you measured from anywhere in the world. We have rolled out a virtual tailor system, blown away with the technology. It's unbelievable how accurate it is. It's a quick, easy, touchless way so we can get the measurements to make you a pair of damn good jeans.
Okay, welcome back to our 65 Sugar. Now, we did, we got some info from the field. That goal did not count. That was scored at the end by Juan Villamil. Time had expired before the ball crossed the line. So, bad luck.
Very bad luck indeed. And not only that, but double bad luck because they could have done with that second goal in that.
Yeah, no, double bad luck. You added it. That they needed that. I mean, that would just gave, a little bit more
of a boost.
Yeah, a boost here based on the way this game is set up. Because they started out, remember, 2-2 at the beginning, 2 12-goal teams. And then the Senvest Excalibor team, they outscored the Woodmere team 4 unanswered goal and 2 chuckers, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. And Woodmere did not get on the board, so they left 6-2 at halftime. Then 4 chucker action went the other way. Woodmere scored 1 unanswered goal and made it 6-3, but then they flipped again, and the Senvest team came back and scored 2 goals, one by Santi from the penalty line, his second one of the day from the penalty line, his 4th of the day, and then 1 by Evan White, 3 on the day for Evan, and then Grant Gansey picking up a penalty 2. So at the moment we sit with a 4-goal lead in favor of the dark jerseys, and let's see if they keep the pace going here. If I was the Senvest Excalibor team, I'd keep the pace up right now, Jan, with this 4-goal lead.
I think I would do the same thing, Dale, once again, and he's getting stronger and stronger. He's already scored 3 times, that young man, Evan White, but Juan Villamil also working very hard, but it's all very much down to this man, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, trying to send that ball up to Grant Gansey. Berglund not able to pick it up. Once again, Falabella. And another whistle will stop the clock at 6:24 here in chucker number 6.
Yeah, so a nice feed here by Alejandro. He's going to lay it down the center. He knows he's pressed for time. Everybody converges on his ball. It gets back across the field there, and a lesser angle going to the white jerseys. So they're going to get an open goal penalty out of this. And this is going to be, well, very positive because you're going to stop the clock. You're going to get the open goal penalty too.
Yep.
So opportunity to gain a goal back with the clock stopped and very early in the 6 chucker.
And not only that, Dale, so this is a crucial moment or a crucial penalty opportunity here for Woodmere. But then, of course, the courtesy change. And that'll also be interesting to see what kind of ponies they come out on when we have the courtesy change.
Yeah, they're gonna be mixing them up. Now remember, you have Estrada and Gansey playing in the finals tomorrow. They're probably mixing a few of their horses in and out. I would think just to prepare, and they're gonna go keep the stick with double G and dead center. Well done.
Dead center. Yeah, that is his second in a row here. Penalty 2 by Grant Gansey. So very important. Just down to 3 goals and 6 minutes, Dale. 2 goals per minute.
No problem. Keep it rolling. We've seen it done. You got to come out and get a possession here. Possessions are huge at this moment of the game, and then keep the energy up, and it's going to go out the backside, but Pedro.
Yeah, nicely picked up once again by Falabella. Shot under the neck of that pony. He's got Alejandro coming up with him. Yeah, he's managed to beat him round on the bend. Good play here. Great pony. Nice pickup once again by Evan White. Gansey comes in between. And not able to control it. Falabella sends it back up to the front door, looking for, well, I think he was looking for either Evan or possibly Richard Marshall. Marshall.
And you'll get a whistle on that one all day long as that ball's going to come from the right side of the field here. You'll get a great look at this. Look at that ball rolling across the field right there. Alejandro 100% on the line. And
yeah, it's a shame. It's a shame.
You know, I mean, I maybe send Richard in there to go for it anyways. I mean, it's going to stop the clock. You're up by a number of goals. But also, it does stop the clock. So you might want to call him off that play because Alejandro's going to be going into the corner. So they might think that over in another game if you're thinking about being tight. Because if the clock goes tick, tick, tick here, it's better than stopping the clock, giving them the 5. Because they have the possession now and moving forward.
Ganzi. What you can do there against Falabella. Falabella takes it round. Now then, 5:10 on the clock. The Blues have it. And they not only have it, they currently have a lead of 8 goals to 5. So a nice cushion of 3 goals in coming again for the challenge with the number 3, Javajol. But to the dismay of the umpires, we have another whistle.
Yeah, Falabella's going to go ahead and release this ball down the center, looking for any blue jersey. They come together there. Alejandro can't get hold of it right there. You get 2 players coming together.
Yeah, well spotted. Well spotted.
So they're going to talk about this one because they're a number of things could happen here. You know, was it a turn? Was the guy swinging in there? They're going to talk about it, see where they're at exactly. Our 2 mounted officials, top umpires in the World Polo League, Pepe and Gaston, Dorniak and Araz. It looks like they are going to go with the penalty against the Woodmere team on the turn. So turning call. Probably a little chat there just to talk about the actual contact, but also very clean play. Okay, so there you go. So it would have been a 3 based on, I got about information from our third man, Steve Lane. And because swinging in on that play where Santi swung in there at the end, it would have had an open goal. Instead, they give the penalty on the turn, but they move it back to the 4.
And to do the honors will be Santi Javajol. Well, that clearly went out to the left-hand side.
Yeah, that looks wide left on our view. We'll see what they got at the field. Yep, Chase right in line there, one of our top goal judges. Daughter of timekeeper extraordinaire, Tracy. Yeah. Keeping everyone under control. And also remember the safety. If you notice the safety jerseys that our goal judges wear with helmets.
And helmet covers now.
And covers. Yeah, because that way the brighter colors, you know, so the players, more for the players to be able to see, not exactly the horses, but the players. As here you go, double G. On the move, everybody overrides. Falabella overrides. Loose ball play. That ball's going up and down the field, backed up cleanly by Santi, taken out of the air by Alejandro. Now Estrada and Santiago Zavajol's going to get caught on the reaching play here. He doesn't agree with it, but that ball bounced up. And remember, if that ball's behind your boot, you can't make a play on it if there's a player coming up behind you. So good call.
Yeah, very good call.
So here, another thing. Maybe better not to make that play because the clock goes tick, tick, tick. Now you stop the clock, you give the open goal penalty too, and that's going to give an opportunity here for another goal. So there's little plays when it's closer. You know, you get in close, you have a closer score. You got to be careful of those little fouls at the end of the game. Anytime you can stop the clock and give a team a chance to score, it always gives them an opportunity to catch up on you.
So 3:54 then, Dale. And Grant Ganzi looking for his 3rd goal of the match.
There you go, dead center once again. Now look at the score, do the math, 2-goal difference, and just under 4 minutes left. This match is not over yet, Jan-Erik Frank.
Oh, no, it's not. It's not, and I'm sure Grant will be happy. Took him all of 4 chukkers until he started scoring in chukker number 5. Now twice in chukker number 6. And now this is going to be interesting, Dale. This will be the last courtesy change, but now the strategy and that signs that we've been speaking about all day today is going to become apparent as to which ponies do they bring out now. 2 goals left to play. Plenty of time left here in Chukka number 6.
Final courtesy change of the day. Wow, this is going to be good to see. I'm going to see what special four-legged athletes show up. Excited to see the ladies play. Hope, Mia, Sarah. And, of course, the Mia coming off her win in the Argentine Open, Women Argentine Open. Hope going to 9 goals this year, playing in the finals against Mia. And as we talked about Hope breaking all kinds of records during the World Championships, I think she broke like 3 or 4 records in one game, 5 records in one game.
I think you were the one that said she broke her own records. Or
she broke all kinds of records. She was the first woman to score, first woman to do. Yeah, I mean, there's a number of different records that she broke during the one game. Very excited, thrilled for her. Very good friends with Hope Ariano. And my wife, very good, very close to her mom. Of course, her father, Julio Ariano, Mega Ariano. All her brothers play, Lucas and
she even beat
Augustine.
She beat me at backgammon.
She beat you at backgammon?
Yeah, she did, yeah.
Yeah. I beat you at backgammon.
Yeah, I know.
So.
I had a bad day that day.
Well, yeah, usually you don't lose that. Usually you don't lose that many times. Very good. You're a very good backgammon player. All right, so we got it back here, and these are, I'm sure, all special ones, but everybody's going to be on one, Yan, so keep an eye out for them. Let's see, we're back to the center after the goal scored by Grant Gansey on the open goal penalty, 2-goal difference. And so here we go. It's just possession time.
And horsepower time. Let's see how they will do. 8 goals to 6, 3:40 on the clock as we get the ball back into play and underway here. Grant Gansey. Javajol stopping him there in his tracks. Nice little backhand again by Evan White. Picked up now by Falabella. Has it stolen by Juan Villamil. Gives it back to Alejandro Navijo Estrada. Out round the outside there, coming for a challenge. Pedro Falabella. You see, they are marking up so well, Dale. That has made the difference as far as I'm concerned in this game. This Senvest Excalibur team has been so close with their man throughout this game, and that has made it nigh impossible, or very difficult to say the least, for Woodmere to actually get into that flow, into that motion to play their game because of their marking up. Absolutely top draw.
Yeah, but they're finding the seams here, and Alejandro's going to lay a perfectly placed ball down the center, and Grant Gansey shifting from left to right. I like this. Watch this horse change his lead left to the right. Love it. Beautiful four-legged athlete right there by Double G. That puts them in within 1 goal. Mucho tiempo.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of time left. This game could be a couple scores on each side. This Senvest Excalibur team, they need to go back to their offensive drive. They haven't scored a goal here in a while.
Well, they certainly haven't, but maybe that's about to change if Pedro Falabella can just secure that ball. There comes the long drive up to the front door. Nicely done. Just a little touch by the number 2. Is that one gone through? Yes, it has. Evan White stepping up to the plate once again here in Chukka number 6.
Yeah, nice set play here. Good design. It starts out with Pedro Falabella right there. You see how he kicks that ball to the left side. And then you get a rotation from Santiago Javajol to go behind him. That cleans up the whole left side. And then Evan has been sensational, man. Not just being in the front, hooking and bumping, and doing what a number 2 should do, but picking up his 4th goal of the day. So good goal scoring by the 1-goaler.
Indeed it is. Now then, Alejandro Navijo Estrada, has he got the answer? Very, very fast pony. That's what we touched on earlier. Alejandro takes it out a little bit too far out to the right-hand side. Immediately, Falabella will be breathing down his neck. Alejandro turns, cuts round the outside, not in a position to open those shoulders. Nice little hook once again from Falabella. Now possibly Villamil. Juan will have a crack at this, but Falabella, again, just clearing up business there, making sure that ball goes as far away as possible. It goes over the back line, and we are down to the last 45 seconds of play.
Yeah, bad luck. Good push here by the Woodmere team. but a huge goal by Evan White. That was the kicker. And so now Pedro has the ability now to kind of work the clock a little bit. You're going to get your 30-second warning horn, and he's going to drive one, and that's all he really needed. Roberts has got to get a piece of this one, or Richard, I'm sorry. Richard does get a piece of it. Evans is going to stay close with his man. They move it down the field and have an opportunity here, but the clock goes tick, 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 as they tick under 10 seconds. Alejandro's going to be able to control. Big back shot to the open space. Little melee play here from Santiago, and that'll end it right there, and that will close it out. So Senvest, Excalibor, is going to hold on, and, well, they went here. Let's check out our final stats of the game right here, 9-7. It goes right there, 16 shots, and we talked about that in the first half, Yan, the shots on goal. And 12, though. Good pickup here by Woodmere. Better second half for them.
Absolutely.
Knock-ins and even better shooting by the Woodmere team, because 5 knock-ins by the Senvest team, 7 by Woodmere. So the Senvest team missing the goal a few more times. Throw-ins were huge, though. That you can't be this uneven. 12-5. That's too many possessions for the Senvest team, and that helped out to edge out the win here. Fouls committed, they could cut it down a little bit, but 7-5, very close. And penalties scored 2-2. So that goes across the board there. But those shots on goal and those throw-ins are big. When you get in a very close game and you have that many possessions on bowl-ins, those possessions become very important in a close game.
Yes.
You know, you get a game that's spread out, sometimes it doesn't matter. But what do you think? Love the 12 goal?
I love the 12 goal, Dale. But everything from 6 to 26 goal, I love it. I have to say, Grand Champions. But congratulations also from us here at CTV Sports for Senvest Excalibor getting their second win in the Sieber Memorial. Commiserations, wasn't quite their day for Woodmere, but they still have a few games to play. I'm sure that they will take a lot from this game today, and I'm sure adjust where they can or where they need to and tweak. For us, that will be it for now. But of course, let us remind you again what's coming your way tomorrow at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. We have a 6-goal game coming your way on CTV Sports, and then everybody here at CTV Sports super excited about our first WPL final of the 5th year, the 2023 season.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited for Yana, Frank. I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone at CTV Sports when I say thank you for making us the leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.